Welcome back to the Unknown Origins podcast. I'm one of your hosts, DevBrev, in the episode 1 fit, and we got Ben.
What up? I'm not wearing the episode 1 fit. This is just a random shirt I have, but we're here, we're ready, we're going.
I don't think I've seen that shirt from you yet.
It's nice. I bought it when I went thrifting a couple weeks ago. We had a disco day at work, and I bought a bunch of 70s outfits, and I saw this shirt, and I'm like, that's a nice shirt, and bought it. And
it's very corn.
Thank you. We do live in Central Ohio.
Yeah.
So I feel like cornfields
doxing, we're doxed.
Crazy.
They can know Central Ohio.
They can know Central
They've
Ohio.
known that. It's once we get to county, I'm like, you can't know that.
Yeah, that's fair.
How have you been doing, Ben?
I've been doing a lot of running around, a lot of driving, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've recorded.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but it's been good. I mean, life's going well. Life's treating me good.
Glad life's going good for you. There's a leak in my ceiling.
There's
if
a
you'll
leak in
remember
your ceiling.
from, I think it was episode 5, we talked about the leak in the ceiling.
Hey, supposedly they're fixing it today, so
I would think. They came in, looked at it for 2 seconds, went, yep, that's bad, left, and we're like, we gotta go upstairs. And then I have not heard or seen from them since, so.
We'll see what happens. I hope it's fixed.
That's why I like renting. I don't have to deal with all the problems.
Fair.
Someone else deals with them for me.
Fair. That's why I don't like renting, because I can't fix the problems. I know how to fix the problems, but if I fix the problem and make it worse, then it's my fault.
Right.
And I can't do that. So here we are. But here we
are doing a podcast.
Woo.
Ben, you gotta do the thing.
I gotta do the thing. I remembered the thing this time.
Because you were holding it in your lap like a baby the whole time.
You're right, but I was, and it's fine. This is our little advent calendar. I got it forever ago, and we've been opening it on the podcast slowly but surely. So this is part 10 of our little advent calendar, and Devon has been going through.
Can I see the bottom?
Oh yeah. You want to see the list?
Yep.
And then I will go over what we've already done.
Okay.
As well.
Go right ahead. I got a few ideas.
Okay. We did Caterpie, Eevee, Psyduck, Charmander, Leafeon, Dragonite, Ponyta, Piplup, and then a Horsey.
Yes.
What do you think the next one is?
I don't know why Lapras jumped out at me, but Lapras was kind of jumping out at me. It's not another blue one.
It is another blue one.
It is another blue one.
It is another water type. It's just not Lapras.
It's Squirtle. Right, because we haven't got all the starters yet.
We haven't yet. We've only gotten now 2 of the Gen 1 starters. So.
Yeah, Charmander, Squirtle.
Yeah. And I guess Eevee too, if you want to count that. Do you count Eevee as a starter?
No, I did not play Let's Go. I skipped Let's Go, so I don't even regard it as a Pokemon game.
That's fair.
Bring that Squirtle back out here. I wasn't done looking at it.
All right.
Derpy
My bad.
face.
He do got a kind of derpy face.
Derpo face.
He do be a little derpy.
What is that?
The mouth?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know.
He's
just vibing.
He looks like a Kappa.
I'm just gonna leave him out. Actually,
yeah,
he'll be right there.
He can chill.
He just chilling.
Vibing
with Pichu up there. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
All
right. On to the episodes.
On to the episodes.
And you'll remember from last time, because you watched the last episode, we were talking about holiday hijinks. First broadcasted in Japan on October 5th, 1998, and in the United States on December 11th, 1999. If you notice, the Christmas episode aired in October in Japan. Mm-hmm. That is because it was supposed to come out in December 23rd, 1997, but because of Electric Soldier Porygon, it got delayed.
Yeah. A lot of stuff changed with Electric Soldier Porygon.
Porygon's still causing issues.
He is, but, it's all good. We're getting to it eventually. I know we usually do a little bit at the beginning of these.
Yeah, Ben, who was that Pokemon, Ben?
See, I do know this one because this was a banned episode, so it's not on
Pokemon TV. So I had to use some methods, and the method we were using
did show this time.
It had all the bumpers in it, too.
It did, which was kind of cool to see. But I know it's Pidgeotto, so it's Pidgeotto.
And weirdly enough, Pidgeotto was also the Who's That Pokemon from Beauty and the Beach.
That is weird.
Yeah.
But they did...
Both kind of banned episodes that did get released in English.
That is
have Pidgeotto as the Who's That Pokemon, or 2 of them. There will be more.
There will be more, but that is weird. I didn't
register that until,
yeah. Okay. Well, now we know. Obviously, we'll get into the episode a little bit, but we should probably talk about why this episode was banned.
You want to do that now?
We can go ahead and start with that. I feel like that's a good place to do that.
I think you want me to do it.
A little bit, but that's just
you don't think you have the PR training to deal with what we're about to discuss?
I understand that I probably do. It's just two white guys on the internet talking about why blackface is bad.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
So, right on the bat, look at the two of us. We do not fully have the experiences of the people that this would be offensive to.
Yeah.
We can be offended on behalf of, but ultimately we will not fully understand.
Right.
So if anything we say is, incorrect, or if it feels like we are speaking for anybody, we're not.
We're not at all.
I think anybody can expect or just can accept Jinx's original design is unfortunate.
Yes.
And should not have
Correct.
fully been allowed. And we'll talk about like Japanese not culture and also like their view on it, because different parts of the world have different views on a lot of different things. And, color and like different kind of racial stuff is different in different parts of the world.
Right.
So I think in America, it's definitely a thing of like, oh, we're doing like a thing with skin color.
Right.
We should probably like think about this and maybe handle it like a little bit more tactfully, especially when you have a character that looks like this and jumps out at you as like, oh.
That's a really bad depiction with the,
Yes.
it's just all around, like probably not the best. I'm glad that they kind of took a step in the right direction eventually and been like, okay, we should really change this.
And I'm going to talk about like a lot of the history of that, or we'll do that later as like it comes up. I was expecting to do this a lot later into the episode. But
Yeah. I at least wanted to put a little like
PSA
disclaimer out
where it's
there.
like, blackface is bad. Wow, being racist. Not cool.
Don't do that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Start of the episode, we see a mansion on the top of a hill cast in moonlight. Really pretty shot.
It was a really pretty shot.
Really pretty shot. We then see inside the mansion, we see Jesse in bed awaiting Santa Claus. And Jesse even says the episode's title. I think this is the first time that it hasn't been Ash.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Because she says holiday hijinks.
I can't remember another instance, so you're probably right.
Yeah. Santa comes in through the door to give Jesse a present, but gets trapped in a net. If I had a nickel for every episode or every show that included Santa the night that we watched this episode, I would have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Especially since it's March.
It is March, yeah.
Ben and I were watching Santa.
Yeah.
That's why we saw Santa like twice.
We like Santa.
Santa, good show. Or Santa, good show.
Santa, good show. I like it so far. But yeah.
We watched a weirdo episode
we did.
right before this.
Yeah, we did.
Episode 5.
Yeah. But anyways, back to Pokemon.
Yeah, back to Pokemon and Christmas and racism.
Oh boy. Oh my.
Jesse and Meowth talk about how excited they are to try the plan on the real Santa. And we see that this is just James in a costume.
Of course it is. It's always James in a costume.
Yeah. Poor James having to like come to the Lamb to the slaughter like, all right, James, we're going to test the plan. All right, sounds good. Put it on. Why do I have to put it on? Trust me.
Well, we can't put it on the cat, so...
I mean, you could put it on the cat.
Yeah.
I don't think Meowth would let them put it on.
I don't either.
Jesse then recalls a night 10 years prior when she was up waiting for Santa, and a Jinx dressed as Santa dropped down the chimney and took her Bruce Lee doll and floated back up the chimney without leaving any toys.
Bruce Lee doll.
It's literally Bruce Lee, Ben.
That's interesting. I thought it looked like Brock, but... I know that wouldn't make
Brock
sense.
also looks like Bruce Lee. Well, Brock looks like Bruno, and Bruno looks like Bruce Lee, and so that's the connection.
Okay.
Since that day, Jesse didn't believe in Santa anymore.
Right.
And so we talked about Jinx already. If you didn't know what Jinx looked like, you can look it up. But also, the original design featured straight black skin, large lips, and a wider body. I never realized that about Jinx, too. They, shrunk her waist between designs.
They made her more snatched.
Yeah.
They gotta,
Jinx had this design officially until 2002. The controversial nature of Jinx's design was brought up by Carol Boston Weatherford, who is an award-winning African-American author and poet. In 2000, she wrote an op-ed piece titled Politically Incorrect Pokémon, where she likened Jinx's features to an overweight drag queen incarnation of Little Black Sambo.
Okay.
Quickly after the publication of this piece, Jinx's sprite in the international versions of Gold and Silver was changed, and Jinx officially got a redesign, and this episode stopped being syndicated. Although there is a version where Jinx is edited to be purple.
Okay. You mentioned that it was an article about, like, it didn't specifically mention Jinx in the title. Were there other Pokemon involved in that?
It was just Jinx.
Okay.
It was just Jinx.
Just curious.
I mean, if you put Jinx as racist in a title, people are going to look at that. But if you go politically incorrect Pokemon, Pokemon as in like the singular.
The singular. Okay, I gotcha. I misunderstood that, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like to liken Jinx's design to be a reference to Gyaru. Like, that's one of the things that I kind of think Jinx is kind of designed off of, with the blonde hair and the tanned skin, although Jinx is not tanned, darker, but way too dark.
Yes.
And then there's nothing definitive that says that Jinx is Gyaru. But if you look up Gyaru and you put that into the context of Jinx, it is very similar.
It fits.
And Gyaru was popular at that time. Although not really what Jinx is doing.
Yeah.
So I can give a pass to the Japanese team. However, the localization team
should have taken that into account.
How do you not catch that? I think that shows what the localization team looked like.
That's fair. I also am not a Dragon Ball fan, but I know there's another
Mr.
character.
Popo.
Yeah, was
Mr. Popo I do not give like lenience to.
Yeah, that
Jinx
was
I can be
pretty
like,
bad.
okay, you're a Gyaru. Mr. Popo I can be like,
no.
You're in a turban, buddy.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Carol Boston Weatherford also took umbrage with Mr. Popo.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
So it was just a bunch of unfortunate things that happened with Jinx
all at once.
Being allowed. Crazy that it was like a year until something was done.
Yeah, that does feel. And you said it was officially changed in
2002. Yes, yeah, so even longer than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but you know, here we are.
Back to the episode. The gang is at a beach when they spy a Jinx holding a boot, and Ash tries to catch it, but Lovely Kiss beats Pikachu.
Yep, and then he sends out Charmander.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he had a Charizard.
Yeah.
But then again, it's
Porygon. Yeah. This episode takes place in between the Porygon episode, the next episode we're going to talk about, and then Goodbye Pikachu is the one after. Okay. So sandwiched in between Porygon and Pikachu is this one and the next one we're going to talk about. Because the next one also features Charmander pretty prevalently, and it's like,
Yep, but it's all good. We're a little out of order, but we're allowed to be.
Also, this episode takes place like a couple months later, like timeline-wise. Because we're in October from the last episode we talked about. And even the last episode we're going to talk about today. So there's a bit of a jump.
Yeah.
But like the Japan releases.
Right.
It's back to back to back. So that's why we're doing it now.
Okay. No, I like it. I like it.
Turns out this Jinx has a trainer, and that trainer is Santa. We know this because there's a picture of him in the boot.
Yep. That's the most random.
It was his name in katakana in the Japanese, and so the way they censored it was just picture.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was the easiest way to cover that up.
Yeah, okay, I like it.
Jinx uses telepathy to explain that she was polishing Santa's boot, and the chunk of ice she was standing on broke off, and she drifted all the way to Kanto.
Yep.
Somehow from
Global
the North
warming
Pole.
Still affecting the Pokemon world. It's crazy.
It's a very woke episode.
Very woke episode.
Anti-woke.
Yeah.
They were sending mixed signals here. Jinx also loves trying to kiss everyone. We don't need another bit.
No, we don't, but we have it. And Brock looks at Jinx and says, "Don't kiss me." And I think this is the first and last time we will ever hear Brock say that.
Yeah,
He's obsessed with every other woman on the show.
I think that's the joke here, where Brock is like, I want to marry every girl I see. And then here's someone who's like, yeah, kiss. And Brock's like, whoa, hey
slow down.
there, buy me dinner first. It's like, Brock, buddy, you can't have it both ways, dude. They then decide to build a raft and make their way to the North Pole while being pulled by Squirtle, Goldeen, Staryu, and Starmie. Rocket follow behind in the sub. Yep. And Starmie's here, even though Misty gave it away.
The whole thing.
Might have been Staryu. I think it was Starmie, though.
They don't get pulled for very long, though.
Yeah.
At all. Eventually, they shut down.
They get tired of swimming, so Ash strips down and takes over.
Yep.
As he swims, God speaks to him.
He slowly starts going crazy and hearing voices.
God says that they're going in the right direction, but he's got a long way to go.
Going.
And no one else can hear it.
Yep.
But then a big wave pulls Ash down, and then he gets saved by Lapras.
Yeah.
And the voice wasn't God, but it was this Lapras. And Lapras is communicating via telepathy. How? Lapras
That's a great question.
Like Jinx, I understand.
Yeah, Jinx doesn't even talk telepathy, though. It's the weird, like, tentacle things.
Yeah, the hair, like Medusa from the Inhumans.
That's a good connection.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. You're right. I don't know why Lapras, just plot.
Plot convenience.
Yep.
And why does Santa even have a Lapras in the first place? Like, Jinx, I kind of get.
Yeah.
Liken it to the elves, Delibird didn't exist yet.
Right, Delibird and Stantler didn't exist yet. Those are like the Christmassy Pokemon.
Yeah.
How do you say that name?
Delibird.
Delibird?
Delibird.
Delibird?
Delibird.
Delibird?
Delibird.
Delib. Yeah, because it's delivered, but with bird, so delivered.
Bird.
Why are we doing
Bird. That's a short.
That's a short somewhere.
Lapras takes the gang to the Fortress of Solitude, and Team Rocket appear ahead of them, and they do the motto while absolutely winded and cold.
They're
going through it, man. They get at the sub, like, protect the world, devastation. Because they got to pedal all the way here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ash seems fine now, though.
Well, he had to rest because of Lapras. And then they get halfway through it, they're like, oh, wait, it's like really cold.
It's very cold.
Meowth pops up for a bit, but gets cold and runs back into the sub and hides under the kotatsu. Are you familiar with the kotatsu, Benji?
Very vaguely, but you're going to explain it better than I could.
Yes. Kotatsus are a table with a blanket, and there's a heater built into them. They're like basically like kind of exclusively Japanese. Yeah. But there are some like cultures that have similar things.
I only know what they are because I had one in Animal Crossing. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I had one too. But like I knew what they were because of anime and such.
Yeah. I didn't watch as much anime growing up. So yeah. Now I do.
Yeah.
Look at my roommate.
We should have kotatsus in America.
We should. We should have one here, if nothing else.
I think the reason why it's not a bigger thing here is because they're kind of squat and you have to sit on the ground, and that's not really a thing in American cultures.
That makes sense.
And a lot of European cultures, too.
Right.
Rocket Jinx still thinking it's Santa, and trap Ash and the others under a net. Rocket make their way to Santa's workshop and discover a ton more Jinx and the actual Santa, which is just weird to see in Pokemon.
Yeah, it is very weird.
He sticks out like a sore thumb here.
Of course he does. I mean, we've talked about how like Christianity exists in Pokemon before, so it's interesting to see that like this is the
I wonder if this is gonna come back where like later in Pokemon, Ash is gonna be like, I met Santa, and like Dawn or whoever's gonna be like,
what do you mean you met Santa?
You did not. No, seriously, he has a ton of Jinx. Real. His sleigh is pulled by a ponytail. Like I'm telling you, I've seen it before.
Yeah. Well, in the this is like way ahead, but in the Gen 2 Christmas episodes and stuff, like I don't think they ever actually meet Santa. It's only the Pokemon that interact with him. So it's like a weird like one-off thing. Like, okay, yeah, we met Santa this one time and then never saw him again. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But
Rocket then steal Christmas and load all the presents onto the sub after tying up Santa and the Jinx.
Yeah. Yep. They pull a Grinch. They take everything.
Yep. Everyone pleads to get them to stop, but Jessie then gives her tragic backstory that we saw earlier. Then Jinx makes her way back to the workshop and returns with the Bruce Lee doll. Turns out that line from the Grinch where he said he was taking the tree to fix it, that actually is a thing that Santa does sometimes.
That's the thing here.
But since Jessie stopped believing in Santa at that moment, she didn't get her toy back until she physically pedaled to the North Pole herself.
Yep.
I don't think that system works.
No, I don't think so either. And I don't totally blame Jessie for being a little salty about that.
Even if you don't witness the toy getting stolen.
Yeah, if it's magically just gone.
If you wake up Christmas morning, you are minus toys. Because toys weren't even left for her.
No.
She is net negative on toys. You'd be like, screw this, Santa can't be real.
Yeah.
There's no way this toy's ever gonna get delivered unless you are the most hopeful kid yet. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a test.
Yeah, that's the test, is I'm gonna steal all your stuff, and if you still believe in me, okay, you'll get it back.
That sounds like some culture would have that as like
it
a
sounds like a
tale.
Krampus thing.
Yeah.
Like something very vaguely similar to,
So now that Jessie has her toy back, she can stop being evil, right? No. Now Brock can continue to steal all the presents.
In this scene, we learn that Team Rocket is less redeemable than the Grinch. That is what we learn.
Though, yeah.
I love it. It's very fun.
Lapras freezes the sub with Ice Beam, but Ash, the idiot, thaws it out with Charmander's Fire Spin.
Yeah, And we get a red Gyarados for a second, too.
Yeah, that was
weird.
Just flashes for like 2 seconds, a little longer than you think. It's like,
wait a minute. Did they know at this point? Like,
it's 99.
No. I doubt.
Or wait, when did they... It would have been 97. Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's no way. But...
Unless, they could have, dude. They could have been developing Gold and Silver totally at this time. I think by the time they were making the anime, I think they would have been developing Gold and Silver.
That's fair. I mean, they did put Ho-Oh in the first episode. Like,
yeah, I think that makes sense to me.
I don't know how far in that development they would have been, though. If they would have been like, shiny Pokemon.
How far do you have to be like, hey, what if Pokemon different color?
Yeah, that's
like, how?
You might be right. You might be right. You might be right.
Then Santa orders all the Jinx to use Psywave to shake all the presents out of the sub, and then the sub mega explodes.
Yes, it is gone. There is no more sub.
Yeah. We then see Santa take off to deliver presents while a Ponyta pulls a sleigh. But he has a super weird line where he just says, no reindeer.
No reindeer.
Like he just realized what was happening. It's like he just got lucid for a second. He was like, no reindeer. Oh, well.
No.
It was a really weird
line. I didn't even register. Like, I heard the line, but I didn't register that. Like, yeah, that's out of place. That's
why
weird.
did he say it?
They just wanted to make it apparent that, okay, well, this is Pokemon. We can't have real animals because we're trying to do away with that. And here we are.
Flaming horse.
Yeah, it's the closest thing
Which is somehow cooler and somehow scarier.
Yeah. It is both of those.
Is that Santa or War of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse? Ash and his friends also get their presents as Santa rides off. And then we see Rocket back at that mansion from the beginning awaiting their presents. But Jinx shows up and puts them to sleep with lovely kiss, and then Santa wishes everyone a Merry Christmas as we close the episode.
Yep.
Odd episode.
Very odd.
Like, you take Jinx and its problems aside, it's still an odd episode.
Even for an episode of Pokemon, even for a Christmas episode.
Themed episode of Pokemon.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I can't think of the amount of times in, like, cartoon, like, holiday specials, you actually, like, see, like, Santa and the kids, like, interact with Santa. It doesn't happen, like, often.
No, yeah, that's fair.
I think maybe the Jimmy Neutron one, but even then I don't think they see Santa in that one.
That's fair. Yeah, it's usually like, okay, like, you know he exists.
Like, there's that live action Santa in the first SpongeBob one, but, like, it's not like SpongeBob's like, hi, Santa.
Yeah, it's a little different. But, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. That's all I got. It's weird.
Yeah, are we ready to move on?
I think we are.
All right, here we go. Snow Way Out.
Yes.
It aired immediately after Holiday Hijinks in Japan and December 18th, 1999 in English.
Yes.
So Ben, who was that Pokemon hard mode?
I'm going to guess Krabby is my...
It is Muck.
It's Muck.
It's Muck.
Okay.
It's the other one that Ash left with.
All right.
Oak.
Understandable.
The gang come across a fork in the road, and Ash leads them on the path that goes up a huge mountain.
Yes.
Good job, Ash.
Very large.
On the path, Brock's compass stops working. Come on, Brock, you're supposed to use a long pose. Like, come on, man. Guys, we have to get Ben to watch One Piece. Everyone bully Ben in the comments, telling them how much he has to watch One Piece.
I'll get there eventually. I just don't have the time commitment for a show that's going to take me 3 years to catch up.
Oh, hey, Ben, guess what we're doing on this podcast?
Okay,
Talking about a show that's going to take us 12 years to get to where they're at right now.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. I was thinking about it as I was saying it.
It would be faster to watch One Piece. In fact, there is a show that's doing One Piece that we are loosely based off of. I'm pretty sure they're going to catch up with One Piece before we do. Mind you, they do more episodes than we do every episode, but still.
You're not wrong.
Come on, man.
Wrong. I will think about it. I'm debating watching the live action first, and I know that's like...
It spoils a little bit because stuff is out of order and they know, and then they bring up stuff a little bit before.
But I feel like if I do that, it's more immediate gratification. I can be like, yes, I enjoy this. I like it. And then I can convince my brain to be like, okay with doing that.
It's a good gateway. That's what Poseidon did on the One Piece Virgin podcast, which again is the podcast that we are loosely based off of.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's what we end up doing then. We'll see.
Yeah.
But we got time. We'll figure it out.
Rocket are trailing behind in the cold, and James and Meowth are having a rough time, but Jessie is singing like a Disney princess.
Why not?
Jessie then tells them about a memory from her childhood, where whenever it snowed, her mom would make her a smorgasbord, and Jessie would eat an entire meal made of snow. Jessie got abused.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a sweet moment. Like, when you think about it, like, it's, if the mom was that broke and she couldn't do a lot for her kid and she's still trying and making that effort, it's a very sweet moment. If she's just doing it because, like, okay, well, you know, I don't have to make another meal this day, that's a little different.
Okay, but how does this change it?
Okay.
The dub is calling this Jessie's mom. In the original Japanese, this woman is her caretaker. Now I really want to know more about Jessie's upbringing.
Yeah, no, I really do. Because we got James's. We got his whole backstory.
We know everything that we need to know about James.
Where's Jessie's?
Like,
I want to know more about her.
I really am interested in this.
We know that she was in school, and then she dropped out, and then she was a biker.
She was in a bike gang, a bicycle gang, not a biker. She's not cool. Like.
Yeah, but like...
And then she joined Team Rocket.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
I want to know the Jessie lore.
Rocket do the motto, but as they're doing the motto, the balloon just drifts away. Yep. So they're just stranded on this mountain now.
Yep.
Jessie really wants to get the balloon back because she wants to make snow rolls and needs the soy sauce in order to do it.
Yeah. No, I know. I know.
Backwards logic here.
Very.
Back with the gang, it is a full-on blizzard, and Ash wants to keep going, but Brock urges him to stop. Ash agrees, but before they can take shelter, Pikachu gets blown away.
Yeah.
Ash runs after him alone because Brock stops Misty from chasing him because she could get lost. And then more like Ash character moments, like him being stubborn and not wanting to listen to Brock, and Brock being like, no, I have to be the voice of reason. I gotta stop you here.
Yeah. And then it's interesting to me that Brock and Misty like don't follow with. Like it's kind of a big thing that they don't. Like, and I understand why they don't. Like, that is logical. That makes sense. Ash is very emotion driven. Like, he is going to get Pikachu back no matter what. Brock and Misty are a little more level headed, as we've talked about multiple times, I'm sure. I don't know. This whole episode, like from here on out, is very heartfelt, like touching, kind of, you know, there's a lot to it, and I want to get into that more. But it is very apparent that Ash is more emotion driven than the other two, for sure.
Ash finds Pikachu about to fall off a cliff, so he has Bulbasaur use Vine Whip to save him.
Yes.
Pikachu does an impression of Brock to remind Ash that they should reunite with the others, but Ash can't get back to where Brock is, so he digs a cave with the help of the starters, like Brock suggested, and waits out the storm.
Yes. Yep. Charmander does his little
Flamethrower, digs into the mountain or the snow, and then Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Pikachu block the entranceway with more snow, packing it in.
Mm-hmm. Pack it in. Yeah. And then they have a little moment there where they're all gathered around Charmander's tail, and it's really sweet. It's really nice. Charmander kind of ramps it up a little bit so they're warm. It's a nice little moment with all of them.
Rocket are freezing in an igloo. And we see another Kotatsu as Jessie pictures herself under one in the desert.
Yes.
And then they're all picturing like how they're going to be warm. I think Meowth's in a hot spring. Mm-hmm. James is on the beach. Jessie's in the desert in the Kotatsu in another blanket and a jacket with the heaters running. Yep. And then James and Meowth almost fall asleep.
They do fall asleep.
Jessie
has to be like, hey,
you're going to die of hypothermia.
Right.
Get up.
Yeah. She got to kind of knock some sense into them for a little bit.
They're going to die on this mountain.
Correct.
They should die on this mountain.
They should have been dead. Correct.
And then in the cave, as Charmander's warming everyone up, he burns himself out a little too quickly. Yeah. And so Ash has to get him back in the ball. Same with Bulbasaur and Squirtle, but they don't really seem like they want to go.
Right. He decides that's what's best for them and kind of sends them back into the ball, which again is a very like heartfelt, like that's a very strong decision to make, like to kind of sacrifice your own well-being for your Pokemon. Yeah. It's very nice.
Ash then tries to get Pikachu in his ball, but Pikachu refuses, and Ash holds Pikachu to keep him warm.
Yeah. Yeah, as well as like he folds his shirt over the Pokeballs because he's concerned about them being too cold still. So he's just got his little t-shirt on. Yeah, it's nice to see that like Pikachu not wanting to be in the bowl is like becoming a like central part of this episode right now. Yeah, yeah. As Ash and Pikachu freeze, Ash wonders if his Pokemon are okay, and then do the jacket thing that you just mentioned. Yeah.
But then the entrance gets a hole in it, and wind starts blowing in, so Ash throws his back into it to block it.
Yeah. Which is like freezing cold. Like, I mean, at that point, your shirt's wet. Like, you are going to die.
It's not warming up at that point.
No, there's no way.
Ash tries to get Pikachu back into his ball, but then the rest of the Pokemon come out, including Pidgeotto, and they all huddle around Ash.
Yeah. And it's a very sweet moment. I mean, that shot with Ash is just very like, okay, kind of gut-wrenching a little bit. Like, okay, this is very sweet, but like...
Yeah, the emo AMV Ash crying.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
They use that shot in like one of the Pikachu's jukeboxes. It's either My Best Friend or one of the other ones. And it's... It
tugs
definitely
at you a little bit.
Brings the emotion up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think this episode is quite as like sad or tear-jerking as like Bye Bye Butterfree. But I
don't know.
I think Bye Bye Butterfree is a little more sad than this one.
That's fair. I think this one might take the cake for me a little bit.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Just something about it, man.
It's well written, I'll give you that.
It is.
Even if it's not like more, making me want to cry.
Yeah.
It's still well written. It's a nice little story.
It is.
I wish Team Rocket wasn't here though.
Yeah.
I feel like I need a little more like from Ash. I know that I like getting more of Jesse's backstory here. But like I feel like this episode would be so much cleaner
if it were just him.
If it was Ash and Brock and Misty, A plot, B plot.
Yeah.
No Team Rocket.
Instead of Rocket and Ash, yeah. No, agreed.
The next morning, the storm is over and Ash is reunited with Brock and Misty.
They all kind of get back together, and Brock mentions that Onyx had dug into a hot spring for them, so they were nice and warm all night.
Yeah, like that's why, just like, we don't need them.
Yep.
Hand wavy it away.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They then find Rocket's balloon, and once Vulpix starts the fire, they soar over the mountain range. Rocket chase after their balloon, but fall into a hot springs themselves, and they're forced to stay there because if they get out, they'll be too cold.
Yep, but then it's too hot in the hot springs. They gotta try and get out again. But then it's too cold, so I gotta get back in. And it's just a constant cycle, of course.
Yeah. That was a good episode.
It was a really good episode.
Could have been a little better. I think
it could have.
If you would have cleaned that one up, I think we would have been talking about this one a lot more.
Agreed. And like, I don't have a lot of notes here just because there wasn't a lot to it, really. Like, it was a really simple episode.
But sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah.
I also think the placement of this one is odd.
Yeah, it is in the middle of kind of everything else.
If it happened when it was supposed to, right before Pikachu's goodbye,
I think
it would have made a lot more sense in context.
Yeah.
But I think since it's happening like right in the middle of like, okay, Indigo League stuff, it's like
big end game kind of, okay, this is going to happen.
Like,
and then you throw this in there. Then,
hey, Santa episode. And then like nice little emotional, fun side story almost kind of thing.
Right.
If they would have like framed it differently, if they would have framed it as like Ash telling Oak or telling his mom, or if it was like, I don't know, Pikachu telling the story to whoever, I guess it would have to be a Pokemon because they can't talk.
Right.
It was like Pikachu telling Meowth, and then Meowth telling Team Rocket.
Okay.
I think that would have been better. And then that's how you get Team Rocket in there.
Right, and that's why they're there and being the comedic relief and being the whole,
and not in like the episode.
Yeah.
So I think you could have done this episode better, but I think what's there is still good.
It's solid. Yeah.
It's a solid base, but it's like
for sure.
What you built on top of it is like this, not great apartment building that has a leak in the ceiling that like you should probably fix.
Yeah. They're getting to it. It's fine.
Hopefully. They better be.
Yeah, I know. Especially with the rain coming. We'll see.
Up next, showdown at the Poke Corral.
Sorry, how do you spell Poke?
Poke with a hyphen in the middle of Poke.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a typo or what, but...
Like, across everything, it's P-O-K-E Corral. I don't know. This one first aired October 8th, 1998 in Japanese, and September 30th, 1999 in English. So Ben, who was that Pokemon hard mode?
I'm gonna go Slowbro.
It is Slowbro!
Hey, okay, that's fair. I didn't watch the episode, the next one that we talk about. Yeah. I don't know if we've mentioned this in this episode yet. The Who's That Pokemon is now off from the episode. So the one that they use in the episode is what was like kind of meant to be from the next episode. So the next episode is about Slowbro. I didn't watch it. I read the description, and I got that from it.
I didn't even mention Slowbro in there. It was all about Slowpoke.
Yeah. But it talks about Slowpoke evolving. So it's like, okay, well, I figured. But Slowbro.
And we've already gotten Slowbro, too.
Yeah, I know we have. I don't get it, but it's fine.
I don't care, dude.
I don't care anymore.
I've already figured it out.
Dupes don't matter.
You're like, I'm getting him right. I don't care now.
I got this. We're good.
Ash is having a dream where he is in the Pokemon League, but it turns into a nightmare as he gets chased by a giant Pokeball. He is then woken up by Mimey using the vacuum on his face.
Yep, and we set the precedent again that Ash is always waking up late.
Yeah.
Of course.
And he goes to the kitchen of his childhood house where his mom is making breakfast.
Yeah. And then we get cut in with more Mewtwo lore.
Yep, we go
out of nowhere. Like, it's just, all right, we're going into it.
We see Team Rocket show up at Rocket headquarters just in time to see Mewtwo escaping.
Yep. Which is crazy. Like, I don't know, that doesn't feel real to me. Every time I see more Mewtwo stuff, I'm like, he didn't exist before the movie, and quite obviously he did.
Yes.
But
every time we get Mewtwo, I'm just hungry for more.
Yes, I know.
This is the third time we've seen him.
Yes.
But like, this is...
It's seconds. Like, it's not enough to like saturate.
Yeah. And that's why you want to see more.
Know.
And then you get a whole movie, and that's the payoff.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, great movie. Yeah. Fantastic. Like, it's a good payoff.
We're going to cover it eventually.
I know we are, and I'm really excited.
Ash and his friends go to Oak's lab, and there they find his grandson, Gary Mother Flippin' Oak. Ash and Gary argue about who is better as a Pokemon master.
Yeah, and then they talk about the 4 Pokemon trainers.
What?
The 4 Pokemon trainers that left Pallet Town. Not 5.
No.
4.
Yeah.
Why? Oh my God.
We've come back around. We're really going to talk about these guys now.
Yes, we are. We're still talking about him.
2. Not 3, 2.
In the beginning of the show, they talk about Gary, Ash, and the 3 trainers that left with the 3 starter Pokemon.
Yeah.
And magically one of them has gone missing.
Like, they just don't want to talk about that guy.
I don't understand.
Did that guy get canceled? Like, we can't talk about him right now? We have to...
I don't know.
He's like JonTron from the Game Grumps, where it's like, yeah, Aaron started the Game Grumps with... And then Dan happened. Yeah, Game Grumps. Woo!
Yeah. I don't know. It irks me every time.
But like, we're not going to talk about him ever again. Because Ash asked, and Oak goes, they couldn't hack it.
They couldn't hack it.
Who cares? Like, they're gone.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. But yeah, magically one of them disappeared. So yeah, now we have 2 others
who don't matter because again, they didn't make it.
Yep.
We wasted a Bulbasaur, we wasted a Squirtle, we wasted a Charmander. We really wasted another one of them.
Yeah.
Because that guy like died or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, that's fair. That's valid. One of them really got wasted.
Yeah, like.
No, that's fair. You know, and part of me wants to think like, okay, well, I doubt that this is what it is, but part of me is like, okay. Well, Ash has all 3 starters, so they don't need these other trainers that have the starters.
Yeah.
If we have Ash with all 3, but I'm sure they had that planned from the start. Like, there's no way they just...
Ricky has a Charmander, Ben.
Shut up.
Ricky has Zippo. Like, it's not like, we can only have one person having one Pokemon. No! Ricky has a Pikachu and a Charmander. Like, it's not how that works.
Yeah, okay.
It should have been part of the plot. I've always, like, the reason why I brought it up in the first place was I was like,
we can see what...
They don't come up,
yeah.
And I think it's a drop-off point. Or at least it's missed potential.
It is.
Like, we should have these characters. Like, at least Damien should be the 3rd guy, because he abandoned Charmander.
He had the Charmander,
but no. Like, no.
But they don't do that.
No. That's not how this works.
Of course not. Of course not. Anyways... We talk about the Pokemon League and the whole conference there.
A lot of exposition in this episode.
Which I like. You know, obviously you don't really get that in the games at all. Like, it's just, okay, there's a building here and you go to it and you do the thing.
Go there, do this.
But this talks about the Pokemon League meeting, conference, whatever they call it. It's happening in 2 months and there are over 200 trainers and they only do it once a year and it's this big deal and it's cooler that way. I like that a lot. I don't know. It's a neat thing.
Rocket shows up at Delia's house. Sorry, I called her Dahlia last episode. And she tells Rocket where Ash is, so they trudge through Oak's Pokemon Reserve to get there. Dumb shenanigans ensue. I'm not going to get into it. Just know that what we're talking about, we're just cutting between Ash and Oak in exposition, and then Rocket running into a Pokemon and being like, Wah!
Yeah.
There is one funny line where they run into a Snorlax, and James goes, get its license plate number.
Yeah,
that line's funny.
James over here committing insurance fraud.
James has some of the best lines in this show, honestly.
One-liners, yeah.
He's got some of the best ones.
He definitely does.
At the lab, Gary and Ash compare sizes of their Krabby, and we get more differences of Gary and Ash's philosophies.
Yeah, and I also don't understand why he's so proud of that. Like, oh, I trained it and it got bigger. Like, they don't get bigger when they level up.
Also, that's not true. His Krabby's always been
just
bigger,
been bigger than,
as we saw in the last episode with a bunch of exposition.
I don't know. Gary just irks me as a character.
Yeah,
but
that's why he's Gary Mother Flippin' Oak.
That is Gary Mother Flippin' Oak.
Gary talks about how he keeps constantly switching around his Pokemon.
I have to look something up because I put a note about it and I don't know if it's right. Hold on.
Gary talks about how he constantly flips between his Pokemon, always pulling them out, putting them back in, so that he's always having them at different levels. When Ash is like, that doesn't matter, I just keep the same Pokemon around because they're my friends, and if I just believe in them, they'll get stronger and they'll do everything that I need them to do. And he's only got what at this point, 37 Pokemon, including the 30 Tauros. Hey, remember when he caught all those Tauros? Yeah. What are you looking up?
Sorry,
we're in a
stupid.
show.
I know we're in a show. I'm sorry.
Not that I haven't done this before too.
And my phone's being stupid slow and it's not actually working.
Sometimes that happens with our internet, man. Sometimes you gotta go off the Wi-Fi, go back on.
So Gary makes a comment here about how you shouldn't use an electric type against a rock, right? That doesn't matter at all. It's the ground type that is immune to electric. I wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong in saying that, rock is actually resistant.
It doesn't matter.
But no, that's not true. Gary's just bullshit.
Yeah, Gary's just trying to prove that he's better than Ash. Just making up stuff.
Always.
But I do like that we have this dichotomy between Gary and Ash. We don't see them interact a lot, but you can definitely tell that they are opposites and they are rivals.
And I do like, especially in this episode and a little bit in the last episode, that it's not just okay, well, they just hate each other. It's the whole thing. Gary has been somewhat civil with Ash at least a couple times and complimented him and
he teases him a bunch.
But it's not just a visceral hatred, which is nice. It's nice that there is some character there, not just I am your nemesis for no reason.
Which is very similar to Red and Blue.
Yeah.
When you come to Gold and Silver and the characters Gold and Silver, those two guys hate each other.
But Red and Blue and Ash and Gary are
who are kind of the same person, kind of in a way, versions of each other.
They're rivals. They are. Red and Blue are a little more friends and rivals. This is more of a they're rivals that know each other because they grew up in the same town.
Yeah, that's very small with only 4 houses.
Yeah, with only 4 houses. And a team of cheerleaders that randomly show up somewhere.
He hired them.
He hired them. You're so right. But it is nice that there is more to it. I like it.
Oak then shows off all the Pokemon that he has, which is all the Pokemon from the People of Palette.
Yes.
Gary has 200 in storage, while Ash has 32 in storage, with 93.75% of them being Tauros.
Thank you for doing the math.
Yeah. I was what is this percentage? Just 93%. A super
because it's
majority.
30 Tauros, a Muck, and a Krabby.
Yes.
And that's it.
Also, let us remind you, Ash has 5 Pokemon on his person right now.
Yeah, so just take a Tauros. Do something.
Do anything.
Yeah.
I get not wanting Krabby because it's small and
and you already have a water type.
I forgot about Krabby. And then Muck, I get it. It stinks, literally. But at least one of the Tauros.
Yeah. Your favorite.
It would make your Pokeball menu different because the Tauros Pokeballs are green.
Yeah, that's true. Because they're not the actual Safari Balls. They're just green and have an S on it. It's a different...
Yeah, they're trying to be Safari Balls.
Yeah.
Also... This all happened in the Japanese version, the Tauros bit.
Yep.
So if you're watching this in English, you're just like, blah, blah, blah,
why are there 30 Pokeballs
how does Ash have?
It's fine. Not important.
We get a look at Professor Oak's day that I don't care about, but he seems to have a chill time.
Yeah, he likes it. They also show off a little bit of his Pokemon ranch enclosure, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
It literally reminded me of that.
Oh yeah, me too. In this scene though, right?
Yeah.
You look at it and you're like, hey, those Nidoran look a little weird.
No, you're not. You're everything's fine. And then later you look on your phone, it's hey, what's wrong with this image? Wait, I just saw that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh!
What had happened is we had been done recording and I'm sitting scrolling on Facebook.
I was done with my day.
You were asleep. I went up and knocked on his door. I'm like, hey, look at this and tell me what's wrong. And it was a post that I had found of the same episode we just got done watching. It's like, did you notice that this color palette was swapped on? But the Nidoran male and female are just swapped on the colors. Somebody messed up. That's all it is.
They're just stupid.
Yeah. It's stupid, but it just so happened to be like 10 minutes after we got done watching the episode.
Yeah.
Which is very funny. And I woke him up for it. So I had to throw it in there somewhere.
Insert muck bit.
Yeah.
We need more muck bit.
Of course we do.
And then Brock has a stupid moment where Oak is like, well, you see, Pokemon are get much more like their trainers. And if you look at Muck and Krabby here, they actually like me more because they're around me more. And Brock goes, I have a girlfriend.
Oh my God.
And everyone looks at Brock and they're like,
what are you talking about?
He's like, well, Susie gave Vulpix to me and Vulpix loves me. So that means that Susie loves me. Brock.
Transitive property doesn't work on that kind of stuff.
Chill out, man.
They also talk about Doduo.
With a stupid voice.
A very stupid voice. But they talk about his flight. And if you haven't seen it, there's a like mock nature documentary about there's a Sandile chasing a Doduo and it takes off. And it like uses its head as a helicopter. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I absolutely love that video for no reason.
Doduo can learn fly though.
It can. It can learn fly. I don't understand why, but it can.
Then we get some exposition about how there are still Pokemon being discovered. Hey, remember how Ash saw Ho-Oh in the first episode?
Yep. I like that they at least bring it up here when they're talking about like, oh, they're 150 or, well, they used to think they're 150 and now
Ash says the line, Oak, you must know every Pokemon ever. And Oak goes, no.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, because he doesn't. But it is cool to, like, they bring up every other instance, even though there have only been 2.
Yeah. We also did this in the other exposition-heavy episode, which was Big Dragonite.
Yeah.
We talked about the same exact principle.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Thinking back on that episode, Mewtwo was on the door.
Yes, we talked about that in our episode where I was like, how, why?
Yeah, exactly. But nobody seems to know what it is. The Pokedex doesn't know what it is. Like, it's a very odd.
We already had this discussion,
I know
Benjamin. It's weird that Mewtwo's on the door when he just got invented a month ago.
Yeah, it is weird. Thank you. We're acknowledging this again.
I've played these games before! Gary and Ash almost battle, but there's a big explosion caused by Rocket. They finally made it here through their shenanigans. They do the motto, and then get trampled by Tauros and blast off.
Yep. And that's all it is. Like, they're all this build up for, okay, they're fighting through, they're going to get there. And then they get there and it's
build up. It's just stupidity after stupidity after stupidity after stupidity.
Yeah. I also like that they're confused by like, oh, that's over with the electric Pokemon over there. I wonder what that explosion was. It can't be the electric type Pokemon that is known for exploding and nothing else. That's crazy.
Gary leaves, saying that the two can battle in the league, and everyone mends the fence as a bonding exercise. Yeah. This is exposition, the episode.
Yeah, this is all it is. This is, hey, we're going to get ready for the Pokemon League. Wait, people might not know what that is. We'll throw this episode in there and we'll explain it.
It's exactly like Big Dragonite, only Big Dragonite had Big Dragonite to distract you from how much that episode blowed. I didn't get tricked by it. I still think the Big Dragonite episode was bad. You, on the other hand...
I like it because it's Gigantamax.
Because Big Dragonite.
It's Dragonite. It's cool.
But both of them are not good.
No, they're not.
Because there's so much exposition in them, and I do not care. And again, Rocket is just faffing about.
Yeah. I know. I'm with you on that one. I disagree a little bit on Big Dragonite because it's cool, but I understand.
Big Dragonite makes up like 5 minutes of that episode.
Yeah.
You take that away, the other 18 minutes.
It's
not
just this.
Great.
I know, and it's not. But those 5 minutes,
but Big Dragonite.
Yeah.
All right, are we about done with Pokemon for today?
I think that's it. I don't have anything else to really say. Like I said, the middle episode that we talked about, definitely a good one. One of my all-time favorites. The other two were kind of meh.
Yeah. All right. So make sure you do your homework, watch the next couple episodes, and until next time, trainers, gotta watch them all.